Hey, I'm Ron Drotos from KeyboardImprov.com, and welcome to day 17 of my 31-day Jazz Piano for Beginners Workout Challenge. And in this piano lesson, we're going to learn how to play the jazz standard So What in its entirety in terms of the 32-bar form. And just to review, we've been developing fluency, flow, working with listening to the notes, maybe playing less than we normally would, so that we emphasize or we prioritize the connection between our ear, the fingers, and the sound. Maybe play less notes than we usually do, but that might lead to playing faster some other times, but we're going to be more in control of it and have more of a direct connection so we can express something that comes out naturally. It also uses our instincts in a lot better way. And you know, people like Miles Davis, he didn't come out playing a million notes in every solo. He might have gotten there sometimes, but it was about listening, focus. People think Miles is like a great musician, and then, oh yeah, someone like Miles can get away with just playing one note once in a while because he's so great. But maybe it's the other way around. Maybe the reason Miles was and is so great is because he trusts that. That's some food for thought. So I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes, and we're going to delve into So What. So if you're just joining us in this day 17, you may want to go back to day 15 if you haven't played So What before, or welcome, join us here, or go back to day 1 and catch up. You can do it at your own pace, or one a day, whatever you want. So we have two chords, D minor 7, D, F, A, C, E flat minor 7, black notes, E flat, G flat, B flat, D flat. And what we're doing is we're playing, improvising on the white notes for D minor 7, and the black notes for E flat minor 7. It actually gives us a D Dorian mode and an E flat minor pentatonic. So built-in variety. The bridge is going to sound a little different than the A sections because we're using a different scale. Hey, how about that? So the form of So What is 8 measures of D minor 7. Another 8 measures of D minor 7. 8 measures of E flat minor 7. And then back to 8 measures of D minor 7. A, B, A, just like many songs in the Great American Songbook of that time. And but the difference is there's only one chord. That's why it's called modal. In musical terms, modal is contrasted to tonal. It's kind of an artificial distinction because modes have tones. A mode is just a scale. But basically, it means that we're not navigating in and out of chord changes. And particularly, there's no 5-1 relationships. We're not going 5-1. That is a hallmark of what's considered functional tonal harmony. Again, they're kind of artificial terms, but there's some distinction between them. So what we found out is that if we think in terms of 4-bar phrases, or 4-bar sections, we can then start feeling that as a unit, and each A section has 2 of those. So what I'm going to do is I'll just give a little nod at the beginning of every, say 8 measures now, each section. And I'll go like that or something when we go up to E flat and then down there. But hey, you can use your ear too. If you're playing on the white notes and they all sounds wrong, go to the black notes, you know? That's a good exercise too. So let's see, the big challenge is to demarcate the top of each chorus. So I'll just say beginning or something like that, or I'll help you along. I got lost in this for years, you know, probably like 5 years. Might get lost today, who knows. All right, so here we go. We're going to play chords with our left hand, whatever rhythms you want, or just simple hold things, and then improvise with the right hand. And we'll both improvise together to start with. All right, let's give it a try. Let's see, not too fast. We'll go kind of simple. 1, 2. Now you know what to do. breather. How'd you do? Could you get through it? 8 measures of D minor, another 8 measures of D minor, and like that. To the bridge, it's a little heightening of the feeling, and then back, relaxing down. Miles was influenced by the arranger Gil Evans, who was a good friend of his, who, when he was recording Porgy and Bess, that album, Gil handed Miles a chart for the trumpet part that just had a scale written out for the solo. Miles said, what do I do here? There's no chord changes. And he said, no, you just play that scale. So that's where Miles got influenced or inspired to play modally from Gil Evans. A lot of the so-called innovations that are credited to Miles were at least 50% Gil Evans. And they stayed best friends way up until Gil Evans passed away. Let's see. I was at the memorial service because I actually was Jerry Mulligan's assistant, and they had worked together on Birth of the Cool. And maybe in the Claude Thornhill band. So that was 1988. I think Miles died 91, 92. Not sure about that. So anyway, let's try that again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. How was that? Maybe a little easier? All right, let's stay at this tempo. You know, people tend to play So What really fast. The original not that fast, but Miles would play it fast in concert a lot of times. You see that, you know, people play things faster after a while, and sometimes it gets too fast, you know? Sometimes they couldn't play at those speeds. Live at the Plug Nickel, Miles takes the tune Olio so fast he has to stop. Herbie comes in with the melody. It's crazy. Let's try it again, and we'll just keep going a little bit. I'm just going to comp, and you can solo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. catch it? I think that was 3 choruses. We made it through. Congratulations. This is the first time you've done this. And I say this sometimes. I wish I had someone hold my hand like this when I was trying to learn it. I used to get lost all the time. That was way back before the internet. So, okay. So, this time I'd like to solo and play the walking bass line. And you can comp. Again, it's working in, little... What I was talking about yesterday, isolate the difficulty. We're going to just work on getting through the form and the chords. So you have a few options. You can play the chords in one hand or the other and just have fun with the rhythms. Or you can play the same voicing in both hands. That's great for starting, and I wish people did it more often. I think I did that for about a year. Just play the same voicing in both hands. Because you don't have to think so much. You can actually play. Or if you know the tune So What, you can play the So What voicings and just have fun with those. Okay? But if you don't know those, it's fine. You can just play the D minor 7 and the E flat minor 7, and then some other time open the real book, learn the So What voicings. But you don't have to know it now. It's fine. All right? So here we go. 1, 2, a D minor starting. planking. Remember, I don't know, 5 sessions ago or something, we've done all those continuous eighth note kind of things, or continuous line exercises, where we started with just whole notes, and then we went to half notes, and then quarter notes, and then finally eighth notes. Let's do the same thing on So What. You can either just play the right hand if you want, or you can play some chords there. You can even try this with your left hand, improvising to develop that. So anything you want here, and we're going to start with whole notes for a whole chorus through. I'll play them too, and then we'll go to half notes, then quarter notes, and then eighth notes. So we're going to play 4 choruses straight. Okay, here's the what are they? Blanking, not half notes. Whole notes. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the second A section, because it's 8 notes per section. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the bridge, black notes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back to white notes. 1, gets tricky after a while. So if you didn't quite get to the 8th notes, or if you're struggling, view this as the beginning of getting it. If you can almost get it now, or even just attempt to get it now for 3 measures even, that shows you how you'll be able to play with everything later on. I've seen that. You know, you have a touch of something, oh wow, okay. And then you can't quite do it all the time, and then a year later or 5 years later, all of a sudden you can do it. You know, those are amazing moments. I still remember once, I was at the Fairbanks Summer Arts Festival, where I teach in the summers usually, and I got there like the day before I was going to teach, and I went on stage in the auditorium. And they have beautiful, like 9-foot, 10-foot grand piano or something, and you know, old Steinway. And I sat down at it, and I was playing "When I Fall in Love," you know. And I remember playing, just hearing all the substitute chords. And it wasn't anything like by formula, you know. I was just hearing them. I said, "Oh, that's a taste. That's what Bud Powell was experiencing, Gil Evans, you know." And I couldn't do it again for a while after that, but I got a little taste of it, and then later on, I found I could do it more frequently. So there's hope for me, and there's hope for you. So thanks for being here. Delighted. We're going to go on to some ballads and other chord progressions. Starting tomorrow, go through a few different keys to really just get fluent, and to start really developing this this habit of just showing up every day and playing, developing a healthy habit to support your endeavors. Because the biggest thing, with especially adults, but even teenagers and kids, is fitting it into your life. If you can't, if you have this goal of 3 hours of hard, difficult practicing or nothing every day, it's going to turn into nothing more often than not. So this is the way to go, right? We're having fun. Thanks for being here. Leave a comment, please, and let me know how you're doing, and support each other, and encourage each other. Thanks. See you tomorrow. There's some links to click, and enjoy your playing.